stage, and then we'll take questions for the coaches. Hunter?
All right, thank you, Kyle, and thank you all for being here. And what is indeed a bittersweet day for our gymnastics program. It's hard to believe I shared this story with our gymnastics team this morning when we made the announcement roughly 7 years ago in March of 2019. I met Jordyn at a coffee shop here in Fayetteville on just a whim, where she'd reached out to me inquiring about our open head coaching position. I did some research on her, and you may remember she was 23 years old at that time, and I thought she was crazy until I met her, and then I knew she was wise beyond her years, and she had an incredible vision for our program, and it has been amazing to see that vision come to fruition over the last 7 years when you think about what our gymnastics program has accomplished. And she will give all that credit, I know, to the student athletes who have done all the work. But she had a vision, and we've had our top 10 scores in our program history, and we've eclipsed the 198 mark. We've been ranked consistently in the top 10 in attendance. We've been ranked consistently in the top 10 nationally. We have a nationally relevant program. We've been to the national championship 2 out of the last 3 years. She's made this program what it is, and it's really, really special. And we're going to miss her for sure. But one of the first things Jordyn did is she encouraged me to let her hire Chris Brooks. And then she informed me that Chris Brooks was her boyfriend at the time, back in 2019. And I'm not sure still why I let her do that, but I let her, and these two handled it incredibly. And we're sitting here today with an easy transition for our gymnastics program because Jordyn hired Chris and they made it work. And I love going over to the gym and watching Chris coach because you see him bounce around, his energy and his passion, and he's going from one trampoline to the next. I haven't seen you on the balance beam yet, so I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if that's your thing. So I'm so excited about the future of our gymnastics program as we turn it over to Chris, because I know that he's going to take the positive momentum that we have going for our program, retain our staff that we have in place, and add one more to it. And the sky's the limit for our program because we're turning it over from Jordyn to Chris in really good hands. So Jordyn?
Yeah, thank you, Hunter. I just have a few thoughts that I want to share, and I want to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to Razorback Athletics, Hunter Yurachek, our incredible fan base, for the honor of serving as the head coach for the last 7 years. I'm especially thankful to my coaching staff and my team. And I want to just say thank you to you guys and all the past and present student athletes that I've had the privilege to coach. Each of you has made this experience more meaningful than I could have ever imagined. Gymnastics has been the center of my life for as long as I can remember. First as an athlete and now as a coach, I've experienced firsthand the passion, the discipline, and the growth that this sport can bring. The journey has been deeply rewarding, challenging, and transformative. While this decision has been incredibly difficult and comes with a heavy heart, I've chosen to step away from athletics to focus on myself, my family, and pursue other passions. Over the last 7 seasons, our program has sustained a high standard of excellence while fostering an environment where our student athletes can truly thrive. From top 10 finishes to All-Americans to the program's first ever Perfect 10 and record-breaking crowds and wins, Razorback Gymnastics has continued an upward trajectory. Chris has been an integral part of that success. His passion, competitiveness, and leadership are evident in everything he does, and our athletes trust him. He brings expertise, relationships, and the vision needed to continue building on the strong foundation that we have here at Arkansas Gymnastics. I have full confidence in his ability to lead the program forward. And as I close this chapter, I do so with immense gratitude and a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing I gave this program my very best. I'm excited to focus on my family and embrace new opportunities in front of me while continuing to cheer on Razorback Gymnastics from the stands in Bud Walton Arena. Thank you.
New head coach?
All right. I want to start with just a special thank you to Hunter. I love this place, and more importantly, I love the people I get to work with every day. And it's an honor and a privilege to be stepping into the head coaching role here at this university. Thank you, Jordyn, for the leadership you've provided over the past 7 years. We've broken countless records from the classroom to the competition floor. We've guided the team to national prominence and fostered an environment where our athletes can develop and grow as athletes and human beings. My personal college coach changed my life. He helped me develop confidence as not only an athlete, but a person. And that's why I choose to coach college. I aim to be that coach for my athletes, challenging and inspiring them to think like champions, live like champions, train like champions. And if we accomplish those things, I guarantee we will compete like champions. I'm excited to lead this program on the continued upward trajectory. We have a really strong foundation based on excellence, culture, and competitiveness. Those are all things that I plan to continue to foster as we strive towards SEC and national championships.
Jennifer, you have a little something for Jordyn as our tradition to give to the head coach's spouse?
Hey guys, congratulations on your decision. I can't think that this is spur of the moment, that it's been percolating for a while. Can you maybe talk about the background and why you decided for both of you?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't an easy decision. I didn't take it lightly, obviously. I really wanted to get through the season and give the team my all as mentally, and so it really was after the national championship that I kind of began really thinking long and hard about the future and what that looks like for our family and the program, but most importantly wanted to do right by the athletes because they deserve that. And I'm just really grateful that this transition is going to be smooth for them, and I just feel so confident they're in the best possible hands with these coaches. And yeah, it wasn't an easy decision, didn't come lightly, and but I gave the season everything that I had, and the athletes did as well, and wanted to make sure I was completely locked in and dialed in on what we wanted to do in the postseason and throughout the whole season. So just sat down after that, had a lot of conversation, and put a lot of thought and prayer and things into it, and here we are.
Chris, you've been privy to these conversations the last couple of weeks, I suppose. What's your thoughts, your take on this?
Yeah, I think starting a family is a huge deal, and Jordyn is an all-in person. And when she's a coach, she's all in on coaching. And when she's a mom, she's all in on being a mom. And that was a really tough balance for her in her life. So we talked and came to the decision that it was time for her to focus on being all in as a mom, and see where that takes her.
Jordyn, who did you kind of lean on or talk to for advice when you started thinking about doing this? Like, who kind of guided you through this decision?
Yeah, well, definitely Chris. My family, yeah, really, they've just been a strong support system and were supportive of me, and yeah, just the people I'm closest to in my life. But yeah, mostly Chris, just because we're a team and we do everything together. But I'm really grateful that we get to continue calling Fayetteville home, and we get to stay here, and it's just going to look a little different now.
A lot of your team is in the room here, but did you tell them this morning? Was that when that happened?
Yeah.
What was their response?
I mean, I think it's bittersweet for everybody. I don't want to speak for them, but I think, the best part about this experience has been the relationships I've been able to build with these amazing young women. And they're truly the reason why we coach, and I have coached. So it was a difficult thing to have to tell them, but at the same time, I say bittersweet because I'm so confident that everything is going to continue moving in the direction that is going to be supportive of them and their journeys and their futures as students, as athletes, as human beings. And we've laid a really strong foundation here. And Chris is more than prepared to continue building on that foundation. So it was bittersweet, and it was really hard for me, even to look at their faces right now. But I love them so much, every single one of them. And I told them I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be around, and I'm excited to continue supporting them. It's just going to be a little bit different now. And I told them text me anytime. I'm always down to go to coffee.
Chris, what was the timeline and the process for you taking over as head coach? Did Hunter approach you? Did you kind of say, I want to do this, or how did that go?
That was Hunter driven. When we had kind of made the decision, I wasn't sure where that was going to put me. And just, like I said, honored that he would be that confident and ready to have me step up. And so we went into it with absolutely zero expectations and just the best news ever that I get to continue doing exactly what I love with the people that I love in a place that I love.
Anybody that's watched an Arkansas meet has seen you because you're always very fired up. How would you describe your coaching style, and what's your vision now as a head coach?
Enthusiastic, I think, is a great way to describe it. Like I said, I love what I do. I love being in the gym. You'll never see me more happy in my life than when I'm in the gym. And I get to coach every day. I don't have to coach. So I take that with me. I hold that in my heart. And I coach hard. I like to keep it fun, but we have high expectations. I work with the athletes. We're here to motivate change, not dictate change. So the goal is to meet them where they're at, inspire them to want more and be great, and show them the way.
Is the plan for Kyla and Caitlin to stay on, and then will you also make an additional hire?
Absolutely. They're the best two people that I want to surround myself with, and our student athletes. I couldn't think of a better coaches. And so looking for one more to join and add to the group.
Chris, just overhearing some of the gymnasts before you came into the room, I think they're curious to know if there's a backstory to the pull-ups on the bar pre-meet.
Oh, you're chalking the bars.
So everybody likes the bar a little bit different from the amount of chalk, and some programs like it really kind of thick and cakey chalked, and some programs don't. And sometimes when you scrape it, you can scrape too much. So the quickest, easiest method is for me to just jump up and clear the bars with my hands.
Not every head coach can do that.
Jordyn, in your statement, you mentioned other pursuits, and I just wonder, what hobbies? What do you do around town when you're not, coaching the gym team and taking care of a baby and so on?
Well, I mean, I still love working and want to continue working. I just think, looking for that career path that allows me a little bit more balance and being able to be present in my daughter's life and see my family more frequently and things like that. So I've got some ideas that I'm excited about, but for now, just obviously wanting to support Chris in this new journey and just be here and just figure out what my new day-to-day life looks like. But I'm excited for the future and some things I want to pursue.
Jordyn, congratulations. Whenever you say gymnastics has been at the center of your life pretty much for your whole life, what fills that hole now? And is this retirement, or do you feel confident it's just stepping away?
I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily retirement. That feels like a weird word to say when you're 30 years old. I don't know. I think I have so many amazing parts of my life other than gymnastics, but I love this sport. I'm obviously going to remain highly involved in whatever way, Chris wants me to be involved, and I'm going to be the biggest Razorback fan that ever existed in Budwalt Arena for those gymnastics meets. And we were talking about it in the back room, like now I get to yell at the judges when they don't give a score that's fair. So I don't know. I think, I'm still figuring all that out, but I'm excited to support the program. I'm excited to support Chris. I'm excited to really just dive all in on being a mom and being there for my daughter and being able to see my family more frequently. And, maybe some other things on my plate as well, but I'm just excited for the new journey.
For it to be Chris's words to say, hey, you have to be all in on gymnastics. You're all in on being a mom. Will there be some type of assistant coaching here, or do you think maybe that'll be hard for you? I might have to actually step away a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I'm taking the step back from coaching for now. And maybe later down the line in the future, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to figuring out what my new journey looks like. And I'm not closing the chapter on coaching completely and closing the door completely for the rest of my life. Who knows, maybe I'll find my way back to it. But for now, I just felt like this was the right thing for myself and my family moving forward.
The college sports landscape, not just gymnastics, it's so different than it was 5 years ago. How can you speak to how different the sport is now than it was whenever you started, and maybe even how healthier it is now than it was?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's the side of that is college athletics itself has just morphed and changed and evolved in such a big way. I mean, I think coaching now is just different than it was even 10 years ago. It just requires different things and it poses different challenges. Chris is more than equipped to handle those challenges. But even just the sport of gymnastics, I've seen the way it's grown and evolved over the past 15 years. I'll say it's become something that's so special. And when people think of college gymnastics now versus back 15 years ago, I mean, they think of this amazing prominent sport that is up there with the women's basketballs, the volleyballs, and just it's becoming so popular. And these athletes deserve that. They're incredible in so many different ways. They deserve that attention. They deserve that level of respect from the entire country and the world, and within the NCAA. So I know the sport is going to continue on that trajectory. I'm excited to watch it and support it from a different role. But it's been an honor to be a part of that journey and to be able to be a coach during that time.
Jordyn, we've talked about different records and accolades for this program in your tenure. Is there something that you're most proud of, or one that you feel like you really kind of hang your hat on?
Yeah, I would say the thing I'm most proud of is just the human beings that we've been able to recruit here, and the ones that have graduated and gone on and they're taking on their lives and just taking on life's challenges with confidence and as empowered human beings, and just to be able to say that we had a part in that journey and we got to help them through that in whatever way that looked like for each athlete is just what I'm most proud of. So it's really the people that has made this experience so special, the student athletes, the staff, the athletic department that has just been incredibly supportive of our program and the sport. I'm more proud of that than anything else. Obviously the athletic accomplishments deserve to be noted because that's been the athletes' work. They have put their heart and soul into this program and have I really don't think we can take much credit for that. That has been them. We just guided them and we just showed them the way and coached them along the way. So I credit the athletes for the athletic achievements, and then things that don't get mentioned as often, like the academic success of the program. I mean, they have, I don't even know what it is right now, but something like a 3.7 cumulative GPA. I mean, that is not a small thing. That just shows the type of people that we've been able to recruit and the type of people that are attracted to Arkansas gymnastics. It's pretty incredible. So I'm really proud of a lot of things. And the last thing I'll say is just the way the fan base has shown up for this program and has grown. Obviously, we've worked hard to cultivate that. And, Elvis Moya, who's back there, has helped me continue to build that. It's just been really fun to figure out how to get people excited about gymnastics and build that buzz. And then once they come into Bud Walton Arena and witness it once, like they come back, and it's been amazing to see that growth. And for people to really notice our sport as one of the premier women's sports on campus. So I'm really proud of that as well.
Chris, we've talked about Jordyn as a new mom, but you're also a new dad. Just how do you anticipate navigating that for yourself now as a head coach, and just what a big task that is?
Yeah. I think I'm probably going to go through some jealousy stages of that she gets to spend more time with Gigi. But the role changes a little bit, but it's always been a time-intensive job, and we make time for family as much as we can, and that's going to continue to be a priority for our lives. But the fact that it's one of us and not both of us is going to create more balance for our family, which is really, really great. It's going to allow me to go on the road and do the things that are necessary to continue keeping the program at the level that it's at and continuing to get better.
You've been Jocelyn Robertson's elite coach since she's been here. I know she's in the transfer portal. Was the idea that you wouldn't be able to continue as an elite coach as a head coach, or was that a part of that decision, or was that all on Jocelyn?
I think that's all on Jocelyn. We had a great 2 years with her, and she's given so much to the program, and we have a ton of love and respect for her, and just wish her the best in her next chapter.
From a very real standpoint, you're losing a bunch of special seniors in addition to Jocelyn. A lot of routines to replace. How do you see this thing going forward?
Yeah, we're bringing in a really great, talented freshman class. We're working in the transfer portal right now to do the things that we need to do to replace those routines and hopefully continue to grow. We've got a couple athletes right here that are ready for more, compete more events. They're hungry. I know that the experience they had at Nationals was incredible, but I know that that has left them hungry for more. And they're ready to go to work, and that's what we're going to do one day at a time.
Coaches, appreciate you both. Thank you.
Thank you.